Okay, abusunya be ma kwa basonko so e ba POG Media so. Ye dem ba political highway ne so highway ne de. Ensam bebre so a yen so ya Japan se be me abedwafo no ahu de ekọ. Ene de e ba ye mbonwura yensam ni mu no. Eye aban Bagbin na chese one Kuffour enye easy kura na nsen Kuffour de ensam bi betu ja na aban Bagbin so a chene se masa Kuffour no enye o president na oba ebebidi ya se ade a ye friend law pa de unim enchen me enti kawanutum netna baby a wote no wa na o hyehyɛ NPP amanyoku na chi eye afanyoma akins any Supreme Court nsem nyina no wo ka ho bi wo na o hye chirimpa eye one eye Supreme Court conversation kra Chief Justice Tukunu ababonten kra eno kra yenka ho asem enti no kawanutum netna baby a wotena memfa ho embe foli asem na mo no mo ye mpanyimfo bi a mo sori a montumi enka no kra eno de Bagbin akeka bi a che na enye easy kra Kevin Taylor so aba be true hot fire to eye Kuffour enye easy kra ye bepe se ye be mi abedwafo no be mi akona yakwa kuti ensema e course na ansa na e be kono owo ensem kan bi afahye ye comment section ni mu like na share ma afofo so enter into me enkabi POG Media so
Last time Speaker of Parliament spoke, if you are very intelligent, you would know, say, the Speaker was trying to solve the problem indirectly, without people saying, say, he is overstepping his powers. Because as much as Speaker of Parliament is the Speaker of Parliament, or on reach, do you know that? Yeah. Speaker of Parliament, as much as he's the Speaker of Parliament, he has his reach. So as Speaker of Parliament, not or no, see himself first as a Ghanaian, no, he can find a way indirectly to send a message to the left and right guys to say, this is the path I want you to take. And when you take this path, I will meet you halfway and this will be solved. Speaker last press conference, he sent a message out there. Also, I have sent a bill to the president. Speaker was speaking to statesmen in Ghana. I say my position here is for me to be the moderator in parliament and the head of parliamentary business. I have my powers and I know my limit. The president has his powers and he knows his limit. The Supreme Court Chief Justice has her powers and she knows her limit. Speaker, or Sharano Kachira Ghana for you say, if you want people to understand, say, I respect my position and respect my office. Through my office, we have done a diligent job and sent a bill to the president. The president should show respect because it should be reciprocal. When the president shows respect, the people in parliament with me will understand that it is only respect that can make us live. Sometimes we will agree to disagree, and sometimes we will disagree to agree. So Speaker, at your press conference, now say, I have sent a bill to the president. So Speaker was sending a message across to Ghanaians to say, you know something? Somebody should understand and tell the president that when he starts to respect my office, I will respect his office, and the Supreme Court will respect my office the same way the Supreme Court wants me to respect their office. I think President Kuffour opportunity to speak on parliamentary issues at equals to vacant seat. No, President Kuffour's target was Speaker Bagbin. I think it was deliberate and it is wrong. You see, as some see, let us stop being too partisan. But sometimes your utterances will show whether you are trying to be cunning or you want a problem to be solved in the interest of everybody, or you want a problem to be solved in your interest. There are two things here. Sometimes you can say it in a way to favor you indirectly. You can also choose to say it in a way that will favor everybody in that room. Ex-President Kuffour, as some way or better way, he was saying it to favor his party indirectly. Because, ex-President Kuffour, the first statement I will do is, Speaker's Bagbin's office is a respectable office. And I believe that the three arms of government, each one of them should respect each one's office. Me or I, as the ex-president, I expect the president to do the needful to show the speaker the respect. because I've been in that office before. I've been in the executive before. I need to show the leader or parliament that necessary respect. And the Kuffour by and Kobeka say, I was President Kuffour this I respected my Bagbin. Now President Kuffour, any respect my Bagbin, now sign that into law. It shows Bagbin will so understand that at least the office he's occupying, some people are respecting him. Now, from the stance of President Kuffour, it is looking like the Supreme Court and the executive, they have power than the judiciary, the legislature. That is the biggest problem. You don't underestimate anyone in this issue. You let every single person understand, say, their powers are equal, and it is. So you cannot just come and say, Speaker Bagbin has solutions to parliamentary standoff in his bosom. He should show leadership. Speaker Bagbin showed leadership. He directed the message to old men like you people to let the president understand from day one, he has disrespected parliament, meaning he has disrespected the constitution. Sometimes issues bar. Let's look at the issues and speak on the issues. Yeah, Jane Nasan was as we so. Bagbin, Diana or the parliament here. Bagbin, I can't in Nasan was as you know. What is Bagbin taking parliament or the coin? But there's a reason why what is happening in parliament is happening. So why aren't we looking at the issues? Speaker Bagbin and parliament, they feel that the Supreme Court and the executive are undermining their powers. And the NPP in parliament are taking advantage of or looking at what their boss, the executive or the Jubilee House is doing, and also what the CJ is doing. That is what they are taking inspiration from. And Nitina Afenyomakin and the NPP side, they don't want to respect the Speaker of Parliament. But this man is the number 3 in this land. So ex-President Kuffour should at least know that. Fine, he has that in his bosom. But the issue is, with all due respect, Mr. Kuffour, if somebody doesn't show you respect and you have something to offer, are you going to do it? That is what we talk about every day. Speaker Bagbin in his press conference clearly gave a signal that I am willing to even talk to the NDC. But the utterances from the NPP and people like Kuffour and no Nadia Bedruha. So you hear every day after John Markin sitting on TV, on radio, insulting Speaker Bagbin. With all due respect, Mr. Kuffour, if it wasn't for you being president, I don't think, say, in politics, you are better than Speaker Bagbin. It's a fact. Anamebwa. You got the opportunity to be president before he became speaker. But in politics, when we are putting the two of you, your credentials side by side, he's far better than you. So why are we making it look like, say, speaker is the problem? Why are we making it look like, say, Alban Bagbin is the problem? Alban is not the problem. It's the kids, the NPP side, who are failing to show respect. Into my own statement, I was so shocked, because this is not the time to be making it look like, say, speaker is a problem. Speaker, yeah, they be being sida. What has he done? You see, the guy. All right, we will deal with this tomorrow. You get it? We don't take stance in this matter. You go straight to the issues. Or do you people think Speaker Bagbin in some Afenyoni MPP for Kafano? He's human. Maybe sometimes when he's in public, he's the kind who is cracking jokes a lot. But it hurts him. Afenyoni with this saying, that been about politics, for him to be using such kind of words against Speaker Bagbin. Why? Why is Kuffour not worried about that? The utterances we are hearing from Atachiani, why are we not worried about that? Are they turning into Onyenipa? Are they because he's affiliated to the NDC? Why do we do that? Yeah. Let me tell Ghanaians. Anytime Kacha will say, when people chase power for 30 years, they are dangerous than tyrants. Akuffo is a dictator. Yeah? Yebusa John Mahama, asama esi eye parliament no. Ono pa no, how does he think? Send or Jin Sanke and solve no.
I know some can once I say anka me mampenia. Me jidi say anka me anka memma afenyo marking leader of MPP in parliament akoyi Supreme Court. Na my fresh speaker, my fresh leader of NDC, leadership of MPP. Na menya as of opinion be any council of state, National Peace Council na abekan yo na yahwe se ne besi timi aka asem nafa na esiesie se ne be ya parliament ebe ye adwuma biom.
That is what leaders do. That is what leaders do. As some way see your parliament, kwasi ampen your jubilee house wakasa ho. The vice president who wants to be president, has he spoken about it? And we sit here and we are making it look like Speaker Bagbin, he hates Ghana, unpack Ghana. John Mahama said, if Cornyn a leader of Ghana, they also say, Obetima convince a yedi, after your marking majority say, Assem and your court assem a political issue. Munko in free court mra. Now or no president and what fre a NPP for, no a fre NDC for, no a friend penny for, no money not trying to say, hey, Mami NC and Tumago our bontine. Let's solve this thing and move on and build this nation. That's it. Kwasia we sorry I know the Speaker Bagbin attempt. Inti ex-president Kuffour, you've not heard this? Speaker has come out with his side of the story. We need to get serious. Let's stop this. Okay? Mama Nchora Davy. And this is a statement I saw, I feel say, very important to you, the young one watching me. Tatuchi kata akasembi, and every day me show we so ameka. And as someone is saying, or say, it's not enough to say that the president has too much power and that the constitution must be reviewed. We need to learn to hold leaders accountable for their failures. Or say, it is not enough to say that the president has too much power and that the constitution must be reviewed. Me said that 1992 constitution has not been exhausted even 30%. Tatushi Kata say, "Enye enough say the be say president will do me too much into a review constitution." I will say you hold the people to account. They need to be accountable for their leadership. When they fail, we need to hold them accountable. That is our problem. It's not a constitution. I can sit here and tell you all government institutions or all the arms of government has too much power. What do? Do we nullify the whole constitution? Because from what is happening in parliament, you will tell me, say, oh, parliament they have too much power, and I'm a boy. So right now we should go and review parliament on powers. What is happening? Some group two will say the Supreme Court, it has too much power. We should go and do what? We should go and nullify review the Supreme Court, the constitution. Now we will say the executive has too much power. What we are going to do is we will be shifting blames. What we can do to solve the problem is to make sure that we hold people accountable. That is the fact. It is not a constitution. And let me say this. Let me restate this. There has never been a perfect constitution on this earth, and there will never be a perfect constitution. We will have to make the constitution better by exhausting the constitution and making sure we implement what is in the constitution. Constitution is the Obi also ko jail, on ko jail. Obi also we to me too much. That is the problem. Time my friend Paul Boateng did a report by as a sector minister or state ebubo di womuno. That was the day the president was supposed to sack every single person in that document to tell them to go home and that an investigation needs to be opened into the sector minister's report. We sat here, the president rubbished it. The constitution states it clearly. We didn't do it. So why are we sitting here saying, the constitution needs to be reviewed? I'm not going to fight you. If it needs to be reviewed, it needs to be reviewed. But let's look back. Have we exhausted? Are we holding people accountable? We are allowing people to go through the cracks, do whatever they want to do, abuse the public purse. Today in Ghana, the president and his wife, their wives were being paid monies that were not supposed to be paid to them. They were taking the taxpayers' money illegally. Do you know, sir, all the taxpayers' money for 1 minute, do you know how much affected a Ghanaian citizen? Yetia Samira and Rebecca sika illegally for years. Asanu could do that, I see no problem. Are we mad? They didn't face any consequence. So Ochina, President Biba, na Okoye Bibina na Yirikoye Bibia. Are we going to say Yenchin Hani Panirin Tumana, Ye Jimiana? Samira is supposed to be in jail. Samira, Bawumia and Rebecca, they were paid illegally from the national coffers. Taxpayers' money was paid to them illegally. The money, they used it in their benefit, to their benefit. And that money could have saved a life. It could have saved a life at Kolebu. It could have saved a life at UGMC. So for them causing that and willingly committing that crime, they were supposed to serve jail term. Why are we sitting here? We need to get some things right. The 1992 Constitution had stayed with us. Majority of Ghanaians, we did our work, we voted, we disagreed, we agreed. In the history of Ghana, Nana Addo Kuffour the president, and that conversation of the Constitution need to be reviewed seriously. Here. Remember, at Tamil's time, Kuffour time, Rawlings time, from Kuffour time, the Constitution should be reviewed. It was there, but that conversation was like, you know something? It's something that can be put on the side. It's not a priority. As time goes on, we review one or two things. But it became a conversation the day Kuffour take power. Why? Because Nana Addo Kuffour is fucking the Constitution. Nana Kuffour is abusing the Constitution. Nana Addo Kuffour is taking advantage of the Constitution. JJ by Kuffour by Atamos by Mahama by I don't know be a Chief Justice and our judges 80 because there's no cap. And I'm a boy. Nanko say JJ on Rankasa or Tinametro Constitution Ghana Democratic no. Nanko say Okase answer no free power no way judges 50. How many judges na JJ appointed here? Kuffour by I don't know so 50. I don't know Atamos by when you 60. Anka say where there's no cap. Mahama by no one be. But Mumbusa Kuffour by he's abusing it. Because he knows there's no cap. And we, the Constitution, and that's a Constitution, you say Obia Niminyansa. You say Obia rational. You say Ghana need dear, Odo Ghana and Kwadia. What you do is to protect the people and the Constitution. And you can say, even though we can cap it, let's leave it. Because you won't say, answer about to Abamo Biso Medias Niminyansa. Until see a to Abama Kwasia. Until say a to Abama Kwasia and the Constitution review Abedanen Komo because Kuffour has abused that office. He has fucked the Constitution, and he's not done fucking the Constitution. He wants Jimmy to come so that he can fuck Jimmy ass to come and enter the Constitution. So he wants Bawumia to come and stand in front of Constitution because he has been fucking the Ghana Constitution. He has been fucking Ghana. He wants Bawumia to come and stand in front of him. He will fuck Bawumia's ass for Bawumia to fuck through Ghana's Constitution. And that is the shit that Kuffour wants to do. And you people don't analyze anything. More analyze it, Ghana. That is what he's trying to do. And that is what Kuffour and his family want to do. And they want Bawumia to be president because they are not done fucking our country and our Constitution. It's like that. Bawumia na Constitution na no Ghana enim. Right now, Kuffour is the one, his dick is inside Ghana. He does whatever he wants to do. Right now, man for Kasa, you are raping Ghana, your short dick. This is what you are using to do. We are angry. Or say, okay, I'll step back. He wants to come and put Bawumia there and say, right now, it is not me. He will insert his dick in Bawumia's ass for Bawumia to push. And that is what he is doing. Can't you people see that the guy is fucking your Constitution? He's depleting everything. Or can't you see? It is clear. Look at the Supreme Court.
Okay, Abusuawe ne ensema ekoso. our political highway so ɛyɛ aban Bagbin ɛne Kuffour na ɛnya banta bi aban Bagbin ahyate Kuffour mat apa ɛnyɛ easy kura abusua we ne ensem ɛkɔ so big thanks goes to Kevin Ekobedu Taylor ɔno ɛna de saa details we brɛ yɛbɛde abidwafo asesɛ mo gye pene kokoti saa odu we ɛde mai menamase